I'm trying to show that I have the best subscribers amongst all of our Chat Sports channel. Help me do that by breaking our comments record this year at Chat Sports. So recently someone commented on a Chat Sports video 41 separate times. You can break the record down in the comments below. Comment whatever you want. Maybe hashtag Fangio to Miami. I don't know. But try to go down and break the comments record this month at Chat Sports. And shout out to whoever does it. I'll give you all a shout out on the next show. Dolphins fans, welcome in to Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. And we learned a lot about the Dolphins DC search over the weekend. That is what today's show is mostly going to be about. We are going to update you on the latest on the DC search. And we actually did hear a little bit earlier today about a new candidate that has emerged. We'll get to that in a second. But first, we begin with this report. Yesterday, from Ian Rappaport, the Vikings and the Dolphins, both of whom have vacant DC jobs, have requested to interview Seahawks defensive assistant and associate head coach Sean Desai, sources say. Now, just Sean Desai, we did mention him, of course, on our Dolphins DC hot board the other day. He has now been requested an interview for the Dolphins job. He's currently the Seahawks associate head coach and defensive assistant. He does have experience as a defensive coordinator in the NFL with the Chicago Bears in 2021. But since a new coaching staff came in this year, Desai was let go. He's found a home now in Seattle. Here's what to know about him. He's just 39 years old, up-and-coming coach in this league. He actually has been in Miami before, not with the Fins, but with the Canes, as the assistant director of football ops in 2011. Was an assistant coach with the Chicago Bears for 9 seasons, 2013 to 2021. Finally got his shot as the defensive coordinator in 2021. And then this season, he was the Seahawks associate head coach and defensive assistant. And I know a lot of y'all want Vic Fangio, but Sean Desai might be the next best thing. He coached under Fangio in Chicago, so he is a Fangio disciple. He falls into the Fangio tree there. So I think Desai would be a good hire, but go down in the comments section. Let me know what you think of Sean Desai. Would this be a good hire? Type G for good or type B for bad down in the comments section. Go down, let me know what you think. Would Sean Desai be a good hire? It is the pinned comment, so go and reply to it when you get a second. I think this would be a really solid hire. I'm kind of with y'all. Like, I would prefer Fangio. I think there's some other candidates out there that I would prefer. But Desai has a lot of respect around this league, and he does have some experience already as a defensive coordinator in Chicago. And some of Fins fans have been on Twitter and saying, well, you know, the Seahawks defense wasn't that great this year. He wasn't the defensive play caller in Seattle. He was the defensive assistant and the associate head coach. And as the associate head coach, I'm looking at the fact that the Seahawks were supposed to suck this year. They're supposed to win 2 or 3 games and made the playoffs with Sean Desai as the associate head coach. And learning under Pete Carroll, I'm sure, helped him improve as a coach as well. So I think this would be a really solid hire. He was number 8 on my big board, the hot board. And the hot board, you know, had a lot to do with my personal preferences and how realistic it is. So he was a top 10 candidate for me. I would really like Sean Desai. I certainly think he'd be an upgrade from who you had in Josh Boyer. And if you haven't checked out my top 10 Boyer replacements video, be sure to go down and do just that. The link to that video is in the comments and the description of today's video. Dolphins Today is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every single day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. It's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. It is a win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. I felt so much better taking Athletic Greens. In fact, I made it a personal goal of mine to get off soda and get on Athletic Greens. I've been having one of those every single day instead of maybe a Dr. Pepper or a Coke, and I just feel so much better, so much healthier. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Again, that link in the comments and the description of today's video. As I mentioned earlier, we got a report earlier today about a new candidate that has emerged here for the Dolphins DC job. Ian Rappaport tweeting this. The Dolphins are planning to interview linebackers coach Anthony Campanelli for their vacant defensive coordinator job this week, source said. A former longtime college coach at Michigan and Boston College, Campanelli has impressed in Miami. So here's what to know about Campanelli, who appears to be a candidate here for this job. 40 years old, up-and-coming coach, kind of like Sean Desai. Been the Dolphins linebackers coach the last 3 seasons. So he was retained under new head coach Mike McDaniel, who was on Brian Flores' staff, working under Josh Boyer. They were both retained, obviously. Previously, the Michigan linebackers coach, and also his coach at the college level with Boston College. And typically, not just with football, but with any job, you're going to have an internal candidate that gets interviewed or is a candidate for an opening, but this was not the internal candidate that I was expecting. I thought Sam Madison might get an interview here. Madison, yes, this is just his first year as the Dolphins cornerbacks coach, but he coached with the Kansas City Chiefs as their cornerbacks coach the previous 3 seasons. So he's been a corners coach for now 4 years in the National Football League. So I thought Madison, of course, a Dolphins legend, might get some buzz for this job. He still might, but right now Campanelli does appear to be the internal candidate for the Dolphins. Now, what is your one-word reaction to Miami interviewing Anthony Campanelli for the vacant defensive coordinator job? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. I've seen somewhat of a mixed reaction from Finn's Twitter. They don't know how they feel about promoting someone that was on Josh Boyer's defensive staff. But most of the things I've read about Campanelli is that he's very much respected in that locker room, and he's a sharp young coach. So we'll see how he interviews later this week. Josina Anderson reported this over the weekend about the Dolphins' DC position. I'm told Vic Fangio is a target expected to receive strong consideration for the Dolphins' defensive coordinator vacancy per league source. It remains to be seen what Fangio's response will be. So Josina Anderson saying that Fangio is a target for the Dolphins, and he should be the number 1 target for the Dolphins. When you look at all possible candidates here, Fangio is the one that really stands out. He's been a defensive coordinator in the league for a long time, most recently with the Chicago Bears before becoming head coach of the Denver Broncos. So here's what we know at this point about the DC search. So last Thursday, Josh Boyer was fired early to mid-afternoon. Over the weekend, they requested an interview with Seahawks assistant Sean Desai. They are interviewing Anthony Campanelli. That's the first confirmed interview. And there is that report from Josina Anderson of CBS Sports that they're interested in Vic Fangio for the position. I would also expect the 49ers assistants to interview for this job as well. Will that be before the NFC Championship game? I'm not sure. But Johnny Holland, the safeties coach, has been linked to this position, as well as Chris Kocurek, the defensive line coach. And yeah, this would be an upgrade for them going from an assistant coach to coordinator, but they might be in line for a promotion in San Francisco, which makes me think they might be hesitant about leaving San Francisco. Why might they be in line for promotion, you might ask? Well, D'Amico Ryans, the defensive coordinator, is expected to get a head coaching job, probably with the Houston Texans. The Texans are the betting favorite for D'Amico Ryans here. So If D'Amico gets a head coaching job in Houston, Arizona, Denver, wherever that might be, then Kocurek or Holland might get promoted to DC in San Francisco. So they might be hesitant about interviewing for another job right now. And I told y'all when Boyer got fired, we're your one-stop shop for all things you need to know about the defensive coordinator search. We've got you covered. Be sure to go down, hit that big red subscribe button for all the candidates, interviews, and information involving the Dolphins defensive coordinator search, and turn on your notifications because if they do make a hire, we're going to be the first Dolphins YouTube channel to get you guys a video about it. I want to hit on this before we go. Happy Bills Elimination Day to all who celebrate. The Bengals eliminating the Buffalo Bills 27-10 in the AFC divisional round, and I don't know if I want to say trouble in paradise because I wouldn't necessarily call Buffalo, New York paradise, but there might be some trouble in paradise here. Stephon Diggs, not too happy with Josh Allen yesterday about not getting the ball. And I'm telling you what, with all these Bills free agents, Buffalo might be in trouble. Take a look at all the unrestricted free agents in Buffalo this offseason. Tremaine Edmonds, future Dolphin. Jordan Poyer, future Dolphin. Devin Singletary, Roger Salford, future Dolphin. Sam Martin, maybe future Dolphin. The Dolphins don't have a punter under contract next year. Jordan Phillips, Shaq Lawson, future Dolphin. Offensive tackle David Quessenberry. Offensive lineman Greg Van Roden. And then A.J. Klein, future Dolphin. All unrestricted free agents in Buffalo this spring. And, you know, the Bills might have missed their championship window. The last couple of years, they have been a big-time Super Bowl contender, if not the Super Bowl favorite. And they have only made one AFC championship game that they got beat by 14 points in. So Buffalo, I think coming into this year, a lot of people expected them to be the team taking home the Lombardi. They don't even get to the conference title game, and they might have missed their championship window, which opens the door for the Miami Dolphins. Miami needs to capitalize. Buffalo's probably not going to be a better football team next year. Miami could very well be the best team in the division next year. They need to capitalize. If Buffalo did indeed miss their championship window, and I'm not saying they're not going to be a really good football team next year. The Bills are still going to be a problem, but I don't know if they're going to be as good with some of the talent they're losing potentially in free agency. Miami needs to capitalize, and they got to do it right now. Who do you think wins the AFC East next year? Go down in the comments. Let me know. Is it the Fins? Type MIA. Is it the Jets? No way, Jose. NYJ. Is it the Bills? Type BUF. Or is it the Pats? Type NE down in the comment section. Go down and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, we are going to have you covered with the Dolphins DC search. Hopefully a Fangio interview is in the works.